How's it going, guys? In this video, we're going to be going over how to assemble the main pieces of the Regidrago Pokéball after you guys are done printing, but I'm not going to be going over the whole entire build as a whole because the rest is pretty easy. So stick around for how to get these pieces together, and let's get to it. All right, so I'm going to try to keep this video just a little bit short. I have already assembled two halves of our dragon head top and bottom here. And I have already assembled most of the Pokeball. This is all really self-explanatory. If you've put together any of the Pokeballs that I have before, everything is the same. So all I wanted to do is just highlight some of the pieces over here. So let's just start by separating the black halves that go together, and then the red inserts that go in them. And then once those are there, we'll go ahead and assemble everything, and I'll just show you guys how to do one half, and then you guys can do the other half. All right, so I'm going to take some glue, and I'm going to take one of my inserts here, and I'm going to put some glue in there, and I'm going to take the piece that matches, and I'm going to stick that in and just make sure it lays in there nice, and then make sure nothing is sticking out over the edge, make sure everything is nice and flush. And then we're just going to take a little bit of glue on the inside here, just a real little bit. And then we're going to take our next red piece, and that red piece is going to stick right in there. And those should line up real nice. And then we're just going to take some glue on the back side of this. We're going to take our black piece here and push that on top. And we just want to make sure that with that, everything is lined up nice. So I just got a little bit of glue on there, so just be careful not to do that. And then make sure that there's no big crease. Get everything lined up nice and good. And then you'll have these two halves done. Get your dragon head done. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other half here. So I'm going to take some glue. I'm going to put it on the inside here. Just stick my red insert in. Kind of just make sure that everything is nice and flush. Then we're going to take some glue on the outside here, just a little bit on the inside of the black here, and take our next piece and just get that in there nice. Try to get that line as minimal as possible. Hold that in position, wait for that to dry. And then once that's done drying, we'll go ahead and put these pieces on the Pokeball. Oh, one other thing that we need to do here is on the end of the dragon heads, we're just going to put a little bit of glue here. And then we're going to take the triangle tips here. We want smooth round side out. And we're just going to push that onto position. Cool. And just get that lined up on there. And we'll have our dragon nose tip on there. So we want both of our tips. And now let's go put these on the body. All right, so to finish assembling these, take these pegs and just push those pegs into the holes on one side. And then the other side will line up and push into the pegs there. And you will have your dragon head. You're just gonna put some glue all around the edge here to keep these two pieces together. But before you glue it, just do a trial fitting. So this side right here, you're just gonna take the dragon head and push it into position. And it's gonna sit nice and in there. And then with the lower jaw, you're just going to push these together. There's no like pegs. You're just going to hold them together. And you're going to push both of these square pieces into the hole on the top. So right up in here. So just line these back up. Push those in. All right. So now with those in, that's pretty much the build. So you're going to take some glue now and push some glue all around here. And let me just push this circle back in the hole here. So gotta go this guy over here. Get these together nicely. And then with these glued now, so just hold that glue. So I just knocked this off. I'm just gonna re-glue that in a second. But just push this into position. And now make sure that when that glue is drying, everything is nicely lined up. So just hold that there in position for that to dry. All right, so I have everything now nice and lined up on the big dragon head side. And then you're gonna go ahead now and do the same thing on the lower jaw side. So I'm just gonna take this out. I'm going to put some glue all along the seam. Gonna push these two guys together. And now don't just let that glue settle. I want to make sure that you guys put this into position and then let that glue settle with it in position. So now that it's in, line everything up nicely, push those two seams together, and now hold that for it to dry. And once it's all nice and locked in, you now have assembled your Regidrago Pokéball. Alright guys, so that completes the build here. I know we didn't do like a full video on assembling this, but the body is pretty self-explanatory. Just push these guys in, push the blue pieces into their matching spot, get the center in, and you're good to go. With this, the head, just wanted to make sure that you guys got this in the right position, so we just made a short video to make sure that everything is good to go. Ignore the marks here. My filament was just giving me a hard time. On the back side, I have it nice and perfect. But for any questions you guys have for this print, feel free to leave them down below in Patreon, on YouTube, or in Discord, and I'll be sure to answer those questions if you guys have any. And as always, guys, thanks for downloading, and happy printing.